Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Van Tine here with Ted Ings. Today we are at the Niello Company in Sacramento, California, and we have a special partnership here with the Niello Company and DriveCentric, Ted.
That's right. Of course, want to welcome back Dennis Gingrich and Tully Williams, anchors from the Niello Company, and also today, Matt Leone, the CEO of DriveCentric. Matt, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, Matt, DriveCentric has traditionally been known as a variable ops company. So,
So what the hell's that?
tell us a little bit about what's going on here
what's
today
going
with
on
the
here?
Niello Company.
I'd like to think of the CRM category as a little bit broader than that. Traditionally was really meant for a salesperson and mainly in the variable side of the business. But, CRM has got C in the title of it is customer. And some of the most important customers are on the variable and fixed ops side. And connecting those two departments is something I think DriveCentric is striving for to be the true engagement platform to help connect with different departments into one singular platform.
Tell us what excites you the most about this.
I think that the bottleneck between variable and fixed has always been a struggle. When you look at a CRM, it's so walled off when it comes to the fixed side. So that exposure there is great. But our great partnership with DriveCentric is going to help us build our CDP. And to me, that is going to be the most exciting part for the Niello Company. But really, fixed is going to benefit so much from that. Having that golden record, having that record there that we can then market properly to, is going to be a huge deal for us. We are extremely excited to be partnering with DriveCentric on how do we build that out, and then how do we market that and use that to drive better retention than we have today. And we're doing a good job, but it's going to be even better yet with having that golden record.
It's going to be amazing. One centralized customer card.
100%.
No, I think it's amazing. Being in variable, I can't, express how important it is for all variable operators to be genuinely engaged in how well the fixed ops department was doing about retention because, traffic, customer demand when it comes to buying cars and affordability and all the things that go into selling a car, that ebbs and flows. So if we're doing a good job taking care of the customer on the sales end, and Tully, which does an excellent job of taking care of them in service, that's how we're going to keep them coming back. And is we're bringing all the communication into one platform. It becomes the right message at the right time, and we're better able to just maximize their operation or up in all corners.
Matt, I want to get your perspective from DriveCentric because dealerships, and Tully touched on it, the CDP piece is becoming more critical than ever in having a holistic customer experience. How can dealerships move beyond simply collecting customer data and start using it to create stronger relationships, improve service retention, and drive long-term loyalty?
Yeah, I mean, Dennis was just touching on it. We used to have these siloed departments that were by maybe the way that the dealership was structured, but also the technology they were using, two different systems to talk to a customer. If you can have all that centralized in one platform, now you know your sales screen is actually talking to the customer, saying, hey, thanks for servicing with us, and have that data right in front of their fingertips. We have all the data in DriveCentric. You've had it for years, one centralized platform, and we can understand what do they have in the garage, how often do they service with you, what's the lifetime value of that customer, and that customer experience now, whether you're on the variable side or the fixed ops side, is, hey, thank you for being a platinum member of the Niello group. Thank you for being such a loyal customer to us. Why would we not want to collect that data and share it across departments and leverage one platform to talk to our customers with one voice?
I want to piggyback on that. I think that is so important for us. We have 10 dealerships, and the way DMS work is extremely difficult to bring all that data together, especially when the databases are so messed up. Is having that record for our salespeople, our service advisors, our DEC agents to say thank you, Mr. Williams, for purchasing X amount of cars or being that platinum member. I think airlines and hotels have done it the best. Thank you for Mr. Williams for being a gold member. What can I do for you? We want to do the same thing. And then another thing, when we look at that golden record, and what is the biggest irritants when a service writer writes up a car in the morning? We don't know what they bought in F&I. As we have a great F&I department, F&I drives repeat referral. We can't even tell them what they have today. This CDP, when we have that record for our service advisors and even our salespeople, will be such a huge deal for us to help drive that and then provide that great customer satisfaction.
And I know Tully does a great job with the same-day selling, and that's something we're focused on in our fixed operations department. But what's really important is when a customer says, no, I don't want to do this service, or I don't want to buy tires, I heard a metric that when someone says no to a service that's $3,000 or more, they're pivoting to do something else. They're trading it.
Yes.
or they're selling it. So when we're aggregating this data from fixed and we can see that on the variable side, we're able to, again, get them that right message the right time. So we have an opportunity to either acquire that car or better yet, trade them into another car. That way we're keeping that customer in the Niello company's ecosystem. And that's what we as an industry need to do a better job of, because hotels, airlines, they're all doing it. Why aren't we one of those?
Matt, this is really potentially game changing for the entire industry. What you're doing at DriveCentric, talk to us about that.
Yeah, I mean, from an engagement perspective, I look at it and I say you have three main departments, and if you add in parts, you have four main departments. All of them are talking to a customer. It needs to be one platform talking to your customers, one voice, whether it's through agentic AI or agents, where you have one voice that's coached and trained to talk to your customers, or you have it through any traditional means. F&I, your service advisors, your sales team, all need to be looking at one central record of that customer that's clean, enriched, and then one centralized platform to be able to communicate to those customers. And so then you're dealing with compliance, you're dealing with happier customers, retention, and you can do so much more with that data once it's all centralized. And for years, we've been having all the F&I data. We have all the fixed ops data in DriveCentric. Now we're just exposing it so that all departments are in one platform.
And Tully, and if I can, and Dennis, you are about to become one of the first dealer or dealer groups in the country to take advantage of this with DriveCentric. Tell us about that.
Oh, we are extremely excited about that. Dennis started this spearheading this, I think, in September, and we've been talking about it. And then, we've been talking about it with different companies, and then Matt called us, and we just couldn't thank you enough, sir. Yeah. So we are super excited to get it. Plus, help pioneering things means that we can kind of get things that we like and pioneer the way. But, I think that when you look at what a CDP does for us, a lot of times we send 4 trillion emails out, and then we're hoping for like 5 responses. And we're like, oh, wow, we got 5 responses. Okay, 5 divided by 4 trillion is not a very good number. In fixed ops, we kind of like 40 or 50% return. So I think that when we look at a record, and when we send out or we also call people, we want a good return, and we also don't want to pester people to death. So we go into the blocked mode. And I think that CDP is going to help us tremendously like that. When we look at marketing somebody, they didn't buy brakes, say, okay, I won't be upset about that. But here's the deal. I think that I want to pester them to death on social media to do what? Buy a set of brakes. And right now we don't have the ability to do that. So these are the greatest excitements.
Yeah. Well, and, piggybacking, what really Tully's talking about is efficiency, but, more broadly, having all the communication in one hub, that's key, because when they go and visit Tully on service, Tully really believes that is my customer, right? But if something falls off, maybe in fixed and it goes over into sales, it's like, I feel like that's my customer. But the truth of the matter is it's our customer, and all the communication in one place is going to stop that customer from calling in and saying, do you guys even talk to him? And if we can solve for that, which I believe the team in DriveCentric is going to help us do that, we're going to win all over.
And, partnering with a great group like this, I mean, they've all leaned in. It's a great culture. It's a great company. They understand what we're trying to do, and they're really to, try out something that's, I think, industry game changing, but it's also a Niello customer. Across stores is also visibility that needs to happen as well. And being able to understand total lifetime value across the group itself, I think, is all part of that CDP, CRM merging into one, so that you could leverage the data to maximize the output, retain those customers, and make them happy.
It'll be, just think about it. If a person buys, a Volkswagen, and they go to BMW, maybe get a Volvo, and they go get a Porsche. Now we bought 5 or 6 cars as their journey. But then they go back and they want to buy another Volkswagen. Like, well, the customer brings it up, and we don't see you as a new customer, or we see them as a one-time customer. And ultimately, they're a great customer of the dealer company. We should treat everybody with the same respect. But it's good to say thank you. And I think that's what we're missing out on.
Matt, congratulations to you and DriveCentric.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
A huge step forward in the industry, sure. And
It is, Ted, and this really just puts everything into a central viewpoint that allows the dealership to really be more successful in all of their loyalty driving efforts.
everybody, you are watching the industry transform before your eyes on Ted Ings with Sarah Van Tine. We're here at the Niello Company in Sacramento, California, and we're going to be right back.